Ray is serving time in a federal prison in Colorado. He burns a page from his Bible, uses the ashes to mark the wall, and listens as his cellmate warns him that another prisoner is planning to attack him in the yard. Ray attacks first. He drops 2 men quickly and efficiently, injuring both severely. The guards pull him out and place him in solitary confinement, where he's permitted to keep his Bible. In isolation, Ray catalogs everything. He tracks guard schedules, smoking breaks, rotations, and the keypad on the door. He rolls toilet paper and water into small, dense balls and stores them inside the cardboard tube. When lunch arrives, he removes the transparent plastic sheet from his milk carton. One afternoon, he asks a passing guard for the time, then starts counting quietly to himself. Outside, a woman walks through the prison parking lot, moves away from a parked car, and triggers a remote detonation. The vehicle explodes. Guards begin evacuating. Ray is already gone, riding out on the arriving fire truck, dressed as a firefighter in a vehicle driven by his associates Hush and Abigail, who arrange the explosion as cover. They drop him at a roadside store and hand him a coin. Ray makes a single call and delivers one word: showtime.
Both with your hands in the air!
Showtime.
Police surround him within minutes. He offers no resistance. His contact, Lester, is already managing the situation from the outside. Back inside, Lester explains the arrangement. He and Ray work for a private company contracted by the government to infiltrate correctional facilities and expose security vulnerabilities. Ray has done it 14 times. He walks through how this one worked. He identified an unsecured fire garage. He deliberately antagonized other inmates to land in solitary, where he found the facility understaffed and guards routinely leaving their posts to smoke. He sent his team a letter with the escape date embedded in code. He pressed the milk carton sheet against the keypad to lift the guard's fingerprints, then retrieved it by hiding it in his Bible. The sheet gave him 4 digits. To find the sequence, he wedged the paper balls into the food hatch to prevent it from locking and reached through during unmonitored periods to test combinations until the door opened. While the guard smoked, he stepped out, rewound the security footage by several hours, moved through the ventilation system to the fire annex, and was waiting when Abigail triggered the explosion. The warden releases him. Sometime later in Los Angeles, a CIA representative named Jessica arrives while Ray is helping Hush with a computer problem. The agency has built a new prison. Its location will not be disclosed to Ray or his team. If he escapes, they'll pay $5 million, double the standard rate. Ray accepts despite reservations from Abigail and Hush. Jessica provides a cover identity, a terrorism suspect named Portis. His internal contact will be Warden Marsh, and he is given an evacuation code. In New Orleans, Abigail and Hush persuade Ray to accept a tracking device injected into his arm. He goes to a designated location to be collected. Instead, he is tased and loaded into a van. The masked men inside scan his body, find the tracker, and remove it immediately. Abigail and Hush lose his signal. Ray is sedated by injection. He regains partial consciousness inside a helicopter. Through his disorientation, he watches a guard named Drake beat an inmate, stab him, and throw him from the aircraft. Drake notices Ray is awake and has him sedated again. When Ray comes to fully, he is somewhere he has never seen before. The cells are transparent plexiglass cubes suspended in the air. Guards wear black masks. A large spherical camera moves continuously through the space. The warden who summons him is not Marsh. It's a man named Hobbs. Ray recites his evacuation code. Hobbs has no idea what it means and doesn't care. During the first general population period, Ray observes that guards respond to any infraction with immediate physical force. Each prisoner's jumpsuit carries a scannable code, checked at every door. Hobbs announces Ray's false identity over the speakers, Portos, as though marking his formal arrival. When a group of inmates moves on Ray to establish dominance, he breaks the leader's hand and puts him on the ground. Before the others react, a prisoner named Emil steps in and orders them back.
You.
Emil explains that he worked for a man named Mannheim, described as someone who stole from the wealthy and redistributed the proceeds, and that he refuses to give Hobbs any information on him. Ray has no interest in the story. In the security office, Hobbs reprimands Drake for killing the inmate on the helicopter. The man was a paid capture for a client. The implication is clear. A significant portion of the population consists not of convicted criminals, but of people someone with sufficient resources wanted disappeared. Hobbs also has a copy of a book Ray wrote. Ray spends the rest of the day mapping the facility, layout, Guard patterns. Inmate behavior. He notes that a group of Muslim prisoners continues to observe prayer times despite having no visible way to track the sun. Emil tells Ray he controls access to resources within the population and offers to help. Ray says he needs to get into isolation. Emil punches him immediately. Ray hits back. What starts as a staged altercation becomes a real fight before guards intervene and drag both men to isolation. The isolation units are small metal enclosures with high-intensity lights lining the walls. The heat inside is severe enough to be disabling. Ray endures it and uses the time to inspect the structure of the box. A doctor named Kyrie arrives to assess Ray's condition. Ray tries to extract information. Kyrie says nothing. On his way out, Drake stops him and demands to know what was discussed. Kyrie lies. Ray notes it. Back in general population, Ray sketches at a table and tells Emil he needs a piece of metal, promising to bring him out as well. Emil arranges a meeting with Hobbs, claiming he's ready to give up Mannheim's location. He asks for paper to draw a map. What he produces instead is an obscene illustration. Hobbs orders him waterboarded. Emil endures a session and in the process, steals a metal drain cover. He passes it to Ray in the common area. Ray explains who he is and what he's pieced together. The prison is underground, and there is a way out beneath the floor hatch. The subterranean environment has produced enough moisture to rust the steel rivets. His plan is to apply toothpaste as an abrasive and use the heated metal cover to cause them to fail. To return to isolation, Emil picks a fight with another prisoner named Javed by insulting his mother. Javed's associates respond. Ray joins after concealing bread inside his clothing. Guards tase everyone and return them to the isolation units. Inside the box, Ray works on the rivets in extreme heat, hands bleeding. When the noise gets too loud, Emil covers it by screaming. Eventually, the rivets give. Ray presses the bread over the security camera, knocks on the wall as a signal, and Emil begins shouting and crying in German, loudly enough to pull every guard's attention. Ray lifts the hatch and descends a ladder into the corridor below. The door at the bottom is locked. Ray climbs the pipes looking for another route, inadvertently tearing loose electrical cabling and breaking through piping before reaching another hatch. When he opens it, he is standing on the deck of an oil tanker in the middle of the ocean. He spots guards nearby and drops back inside immediately. Retreating down, he loses his grip when a pipe fails under rising water pressure and falls into the flooding corridor below. The isolation cells above begin flooding as well. An alarm sounds. Guards rush to evacuate the isolation prisoners. Ray swims through the corridor, fights the current on the stairwell, and makes it back into his cell just before the guards arrive. On the outside, Abigail and Hush tell Lester that Jessica's payment has been frozen. Lester says he's spoken to her and everything is in order. After the water clears, Hobbs finds the removed rivets and makes a call. On the other end is Lester, who has been in contact with Hobbs throughout. Lester gives him Ray's real identity, instructs Hobbs to hold him permanently, and asks about Mannheim, noting that financial institutions across multiple countries are searching for him. Hobbs mentions Emil as a possible collaborator. Lester authorizes sleep deprivation. From that night on, a guard taps continuously on Ray's wall to prevent sleep. Every morning he is beaten before the day begins. Ray's condition deteriorates to the point where he can barely move. Emil keeps his morale functional. Ray eventually shares his history. He was a prosecutor. A man he convicted escaped and killed his family in retaliation. And the drawing he has been making throughout his time here is based on his last memory of his child. His work since then has been about ensuring no one else escapes. Ray continues studying the guards with what energy remains, differentiating them by build since their faces are always covered. The core problem is that he has no geographic reference point. He saw nothing identifiable when he was briefly on deck. During lunch, Emil stabs Ray, lightly, but enough to warrant medical attention. At Kyrie's office, Ray simulates a sudden pain episode, drops to the floor, and pockets several items from a nearby tray. He also invokes Kyrie's medical oath. Back in the common area, Emil provides a pen and a pair of glasses taken from another prisoner. Working with his hands below the table, Ray constructs a sextant, a device that will allow him to determine their coordinates from starlight. Hobbs and Drake notice unusual movement on the security footage and summon Ray. He conceals the sextant before being taken to a separate section. Hobbs confirms he knows Ray's real identity and acknowledges using Ray's own published work as a blueprint for the facility. He intends to hold him indefinitely. Ray responds by claiming he can deliver information on Mannheim through Emil and is returned to the general population. Ray feeds Hobbs fabricated intelligence across several stage consultations. Emil simultaneously approaches Javed with an offer: help them escape, and he comes with them. Javed then goes directly to Hobbs and reports the plan. In exchange, Hobbs agrees to let Javed pray in open air. The disclosure is coordinated. That night from his new cell, Javed uses the sextant to record the ship's coordinates. The following day, Javed passes the data to Ray at lunch. Ray combines it with other observations: the humidity and temperature when he was briefly on deck, a date referenced by a recently arrived prisoner, the direction water drains in the toilet, and calculates that the vessel is positioned near the Moroccan coastline. Ray then swallows laundry powder to induce illness and is taken to Kyrie's office. He instructs the doctor to find a specific passage on a specific page of a specific book in Hobbs's office. Kyrie checks. It is the Hippocratic Oath. The next day, Kyrie brings Ray in for a medical evaluation. Ray explains how he knew the exact page. He wrote the book. Kyrie agrees to help. Ray gives Hobbs a fabricated location for Mannheim, creating roughly 24 hours before Hobbs discovers the information is false. Javed reports to Hobbs separately that an escape attempt is coming. Hobbs reviews the footage and catches Ray tapping on his cell wall. Security decodes it as Morse, a message about a planned riot in Block C during a prisoner transfer. Kyrie, meanwhile, transmits a coded electronic message requesting outside assistance. The bulk of the guard contingent redirects to Block C. Javed ignites a riot in the common area that expands rapidly. As Hobbs scrambles to redistribute personnel, Ray, Emil, and Javed take down the few guards remaining in their section, take their weapons, and move. When responding guards deploy gas to suppress the larger riot, the three slip away undetected. 11 minutes to the rendezvous. A helicopter is incoming. They move upstairs, shoot through a locked door, and Ray locates a security camera. The cameras share a network. Interfering with this one disables the entire system. Hobbs immediately triggers lockdown. The primary exit seals. They search for another way out and are cornered by guards who open fire. They shoot back and clear the group, but Javed takes a round. More guards are coming. Ray and Emil drag Javed through a door to regroup. Ray identifies a motion detector as the problem and disables it, while Hobbs addresses him through the speakers. The only path forward is the engine room. Cutting power will release the electronic locks. Ray gives his weapon to Javed, tells him and Emil to take the stairs, and goes alone. After Ray leaves, Javed tells Emil he isn't going to make it. He takes Emil's weapon as well and tells him to go. When the guards close in, Javed engages them and drops everyone before a concealed shooter kills him. Hobbs finds him at the end. Javed speaks his final words before dying. Drake pursues Ray through the engine room. Ray stays mobile, draws Drake in close, and gets behind him. Drake loses his weapon but draws a knife. They fight in close quarters. Drake chokes Ray briefly before driving him down with kicks. Ray seizes his leg, reverses position, and the fight continues with both men using available equipment as weapons. Ray shoves Drake down a flight of stairs. He reaches the control panel, incapacitates the technician, and cuts the ship's power. The lights go out. The doors open. Emil moves through the ship and reaches the deck, where a helicopter has landed and a firefight is already underway. A soldier inside the helicopter is down. The pilot moves to take off. Emil holds him and takes the mounted machine gun, clearing the deck in seconds. With no word from Ray, Emil and the crew are forced to leave. In the engine room, Hobbs searches for Ray, who has concealed himself inside a water tank. The crew restores ship power. The tank begins filling. Before Ray drowns, the tank reaches capacity and flushes automatically, expelling him into the ocean. He surfaces. The helicopter has circled back. Emil spots him and drops a ladder. As Ray climbs, Hobbs and the remaining guards open fire. Ray takes a weapon from Emil and they return fire together. Emil takes a round to the shoulder. Ray targets a cluster of fuel tanks. The explosion kills Hobbs. Boom. Hours later, the helicopter sets down on a Moroccan beach. Jessica is waiting. Emil is Mannheim. Jessica is his daughter. She hired Ray to extract her father. She also confirms that Lester has been feeding information to Hobbs throughout the operation. He was offered the CEO position in the prison contracting program, contingent on Ray never getting out. Lester attempts to leave. Hush is already in his vehicle and renders him unconscious before he reaches the road. When Lester wakes up, he is inside a shipping container, sealed on top of a vessel, somewhere in the middle of the ocean.